as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on
Good
television.
day.
Life was simple.
It is time for more Binding of Isaac. I'm a bit exhausted. Not because of the game or anything like that, but because I just had a well, it's not really a discussion. It's just a more or less normal conversation with my girlfriend, but whew, that took its sweet time because she didn't get what I was trying to tell her. I don't know how to explain it without revealing too much private things, you know? So I'm gonna just say that I tried to tell her something, and I explained it to her and she didn't understand it, and I explained it again and she still didn't understand it, and then I explained it again and she still didn't understand it because we were basically just like we were just talking in two entirely different directions. I mean, it happens. I'm way too distracted. It's never nice to, you know, argue and bicker and fight with your loved ones. And I really don't want that to happen. But sometimes it's just, I can't help it. It just happens. Not because I want to or because I'm trying to start something. It just sometimes happens that you're trying to talk to someone, not necessarily your better half, but just in general, you're trying to talk to someone and that person just thinks in a completely different manner, and that's why they are coming to entirely different conclusions, which in turn makes the whole point of arguing and discussing and going at each other just completely pointless. Because both people try to make the other one understand what they mean by trying to explain how they were thinking. But you can't always, you know, explain the process of your thoughts. That's something that's not always possible. And I'm not trying to blame my girlfriend or anything. I'm well aware that I'm also at fault. Simply because I failed to explain things properly. mostly because I'm trying to simplify things and also talk and explain things in a simple manner. But that's not always good, you know? Sometimes I'm trying to do the things in such a simple manner that it becomes complicated again. For me, of course, it's obvious what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to get at and everything. But for others, it probably isn't. So, yeah, that's what's been going on before I started my recording. And just to say it again, it's not something that I want to have happen. It's not something that I like to have happen. It just sometimes happens. She's an overthinker. She does everything extremely complicated. And if things don't exactly go as she pictured it in her mind, what's a good word? It stresses herself. So she is stressing herself out simply by making up scenarios in her mind and expecting the scenarios to go exactly like what she had in mind. But of course, life doesn't always go your way or the way you want it to go. It's not a bad thing that you want to go in a certain direction or that you want certain things to happen, but you can't place your expectations too high, I'd say, because you never know what will happen. You can't control what happens. And so you have to be aware of all of that. If you're placing your own expectations for, life too high, and you're trying to achieve a standard that just isn't possible to reach, at least not the entire time, you will be more upset than anything, and you just won't enjoy life in general. What's this? Glass eye. I wish I had another key. Well, anyways, I know that my girlfriend is watching my videos, so I'd like to just take the time to apologize, because I might have come off as a bit mean, which I didn't want. I'm just trying to explain my point of view, I'd say. But it's more complicated than you would think. Because God damn it. It's more complicated than you think, because you can't just expect someone to fully understand the way you're thinking about things. I believe a good example for that is, you know, today's math. There's so many ways to just complete a calculation. It's ridiculous. Some people are taught to calculate in a certain way, and some others are taught to calculate in a different way, but both get the same result. So the point I'm trying to make is, you shouldn't just, how do I say it, lose control? No. You shouldn't expect someone to have the same way of thinking as you. And it's especially true when you compare simple-minded people or straight-minded people. You know, that we just think the thought process of those people is just a straight line. They go just from point A to point B, C, D, until they get the final result. And other people have for other people's, their mind is more like a cluster. For me, it's a bit of both, I'd say. Yeah, a bit of both probably suits it the best. I don't always think in a straight line. I try to think in a straight line when I'm trying to explain things. But as I said before, sometimes trying to explain things in a very, very simple way, or just in a simplified manner, makes it more complicated for other people to understand. Because you have to compare the minds. My girlfriend is an overthinker. And I'm the complete opposite. I try to explain things as simple as I can. But maybe that's not the right way to explain something to someone who constantly thinks about everything that can or cannot happen. I can't even begin to understand how the mind of an overthinker actually works. I know that it's no fun being like that, because you constantly make up scenarios in your head, and most of the time they aren't pretty. those scenarios are not really pretty. I don't want to put any blame or anything like that. It's not that I want that. I don't want that to happen, that there's that we're trying to push the blame onto someone. That's not nice. Just a bad thing to do in general. I don't really know what to say. It's difficult. It certainly is. But I wouldn't want to change it, you know? They're just things that I believe everyone has things that they just don't want to happen. And that is something I don't want to have happen. I don't want to make her mad. I don't want to make her, you know, dislike me or anything like that. Sometimes you can't help but get mad at each other. That doesn't necessarily mean you're really mad. Maybe it's just that something stupid has been done or said. That's most likely the case for me. I tend to say a lot of stupid things. I can be very smart, I promise. It's just that more often than not, I'm just not acting smart. I walked into that. It's still only been 20 minutes, and I failed a whole lot. So what should we do? Should we look at one of the challenges? There's a lot. Let's just do the first one. Let's see what this is about. It's a Curse of Darkness. I would just have a guess and say that we permanently have the Curse of Darkness. We also can't see how much HP we have. And it looks like that we need to get down to Mom. I would love to say that it's doable, but As you probably have already seen from my past videos, I am not exactly good at the game. So I actually don't know if it is possible for us to beat the challenge. I'll try my best, of course. It's just that talking and playing is a lot harder than I expected it to be. Simply because you have to split your whole attention. And sometimes having split attention just makes everything worse. You know what I mean? Like I can try to focus on the game, and I probably will do a lot better, but then I would mostly be quiet. But if I'm mostly quiet the entire time, it wouldn't really be an entertaining video. It would just be silence the entire time. And I don't think that just watching someone play a game without any audio is quite boring. There are channels like that. Probably even some well-known channels, but not for me. It's the same with ASMR. I don't really have anything against ASMR, but I don't like it either. It just doesn't do anything for me. So I don't really understand the entire... Well, I do understand the entire point of ASMR. And I'd say there are a few sounds that I like, but it's not to a point where I'd say, yeah, I want to listen to that with high quality audio or whatever. Those are just things that, you know, they're nice to hear. But I don't need someone whispering or stuff like that. That's just... I don't want that. It's just weird. Then again, I have nothing against people who do ASMR or people who like ASMR. Everyone has the right to enjoy their own things. It's just nothing that I personally would like, or something that I personally enjoy.
I'm drowsy.
My girlfriend even told me to... Well, my girlfriend asked me to consider doing ASMR because she likes the sound of my voice, I guess. And I understand what she means, but then again, I don't like ASMR, and I also don't think that I would be fit for ASMR. So I'm just not gonna do anything like that. It might be interesting to just like try it, but it's become a whole entire what should we call it? Theme? Maybe? No, fair enough. It's become a whole entire thing for a lot of people, and ASMR is its own form of content on YouTube, and I don't really think that there would be, you know, any place or whatever that you could just go to just try ASMR out for once. I know that there's a lot of requirements to make good ASMR. You need decent audio quality at the very least, and I personally don't have that. It's wonky at best. I truly hope that everything is understandable in the videos. I sometimes have the problem that my mic just cuts out certain things, and I don't understand why it does that. So having to deal with that is annoying. But yeah, there's no real place to just try things like that, because they've just become too big. It's been a very talkative episode of Binding of Isaac. Not really a productive one, but well, you know, I'm not good at the game. I'm trying my best, but whew, it's more difficult than I remember. Well, I hope you don't mind my rambling and maybe a bit of venting, whatever you want to call it. And I'll catch you all in the next episode. Have fun, have a good one, and goodbye!